Y'all, the October challenge is off the chain. We finished week 1. We just started week 2 today, and it is a beast, but we are getting it in, and we are really enjoying Trap and Tone. At least I'm enjoying it, y'all. I feel like I'm getting into the best shape of my damn life with LASHAE. Y'all can sign up for the challenge. You won't be eligible to get any of the prizes, but you can actually get the workouts from going to ifyoucanmove.com and signing up. Okay, tell them that Bondy Blue sent you. Y'all can use my email, bondy.brittany@gmail.com, which is always down below in the description box, along with the link for the websites. And also, don't forget to try the TLCT, y'all. NutriBurst, I live by it, okay? Y'all think we be playing, all of the reality stars and everybody be trying to sell y'all the NutriBurst and the tea, and y'all think we bullshitting with y'all. Y'all can keep playing if y'all want to, but y'all see us. Okay, we're getting it together. I ain't all the way there yet, but I'm on my way. I'm better than I was 5 months ago. 6 months ago, child, I'm better than I was this whole time. Okay, so if y'all trying to get in shape, you're trying to start your workout journey, please check out LASHAE and ifyoucanmove.com. And also, if you want to purchase TLCT or any of their products, the NutriBurst, please buy it from me. Link down below. All right. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for Put a Ring on It, y'all. New show that I've added to the lineup that's on. Comes on Friday nights, not Saturday. Let me correct myself because I thought it was Saturday, but it's actually Friday nights. And this and Ready to Love come on back to back, I believe. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into my notes for episode 2. So we sit down with the couples at the beginning of the episode, and I think it's kind of repetitive because I feel like we've had these conversations about where their relationships are coming from and what issues they've had, but we kind of delve a little bit more into those issues this episode, I guess. They talk about how Hollywood proposed to Ashley, right? And he thought that he was ready, I guess, but he wasn't ready, and he kind of pushed Ashley away, and that really hurt Ashley. And another thing we learned is that during this time, Ashley's father passed away. When they were first going to get married, he was alive and supposed to walk her down the aisle. Well, Hollywood decides he doesn't want to get married, and now they're still together, but they're not, getting married now. They're just in a relationship, and her father passes away. So on top of the hurt from him deciding that they weren't going to get married, she also has to deal with the resentment of it not being the way she thought it was going to be and the way she planned that it would be. So she's holding a lot of hurt and resentment from him rejecting her the first time he proposed. Now he's ready to get married and she's not, and he's kind of, pushing her away because she's not ready. And she feels like the way I had to be patient with you when you weren't ready to get married, you need to show me that same patience and that same respect. So at this juncture, they're going to go on their dates. And this week, Hollywood is going on a date. And he goes on a date with a nice looking little chick. Sound like she was from New Orleans as well. Had a nice little vibe. They had good conversation. Both very attractive and sexual people, which was brought up in conversation. And he said, "Oh, you making my legs shake." Yeah. I was like, "Well, all right, we're going to get in the yeah with the yeah." But Ashley is really where his heart is, and it's obvious. But old girl is saying that she's ready to get married because she likes sex and she wants to have a lot of sex with one person, and she doesn't want to be giving a cookie up to everybody. And girl, look, I understand those sentiments. I really do. But I don't think that's the reason to get married. I think people should get married when they are fully in love and have an understanding of the person that they're with. I think marriage should be for people who really love each other. Marriage should not be for people because, I don't want to be a hoe. I mean, that's just, I think, an uneducated way to think about what marriage is, because marriage has lows and ups and downs. And I feel like when you decide that you want to get married because of a sexual aspect, I'm sure there are other reasons, but if that's one of your main reasons, then I don't think, that's a reason to get married. I feel like you should have you a spoogie and keep your numbers down and wear your, contraception, okay? Wear your condoms, all right? But at the end of the day, women have to be free with their sexuality when they choose to be. And that doesn't mean giving it up to everybody, but it does mean giving it up to whomever they feel when they feel, but also having discretion, because that's what's safe for the kitty, okay? That's what's safe for the kitty, all right? Now, look. Even though Hollywood enjoyed this date with Miss Girl, when he gets home, the conversation isn't what we thought it would be. Because before he left, Ashley was kind of being annoying and, you know, trying to kiss him and rub on his shirt and wrinkle his outfit, and he just ironed it and all of this. Child, he reminded me of my cousin Ryan. My cousin Ryan was like that, always ironing for dear Jesus. Everything had to be starched and you know, just ironed out for the Lord, okay? I'm sure he's still like that. But anyway, he kind of reminded me of my cousin a lot. Very like manicured type of men, you know, and all of that. Care about how they look a lot, give off that same vibe, and they're from the same place. So yeah. Anyway, Ashley said she wasn't really worried about him going on his date like that. Like she wasn't really in her emotions too bad. So that makes her feel like there's something missing in their relationship, something broken in their relationship. And he was not okay with that. He was like, all right, well, that just let me know that the next time I go on a date, I can go all in, because really I felt like I was cheating on you. So I was trying to chill. But now that I know it's not a bother to you, then I can just do whatever I really want to do. And I was like, oh Lord, he gonna handle it like this. Childish, egotistical, and petty. And it's because of the way he handles the situation. He feels hurt by something. And that's how men be. You know, they can't stand in the hurt. They can't be honest about their emotions. It has to drift into anger. And well, f you then, man. You know, like that's how, you know, even though they going to cry in the car, you got to be, man, look, you can do whatever you want to do, you dig? I'm straight. I ain't worrying about you. You can go on, hey. Like that's how they get when really deep down inside, they about to cry, okay? So it's being emotionally unhonest, and it's not a way to get past the issue. And I think that that's a part of men having to grow up in relationships, women as well. But it's more of an issue with men that they can't be honest about what they're feeling and like to live in a place of saving face. Trust me, as a woman, I understand this. I'm the type of person that is ego driven. You ain't about to play with me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can also be very open, but when a person makes me feel like I cannot trust them with my emotions, then you don't get that version of me. You get the, you can get whatever you give version of me. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. But I mean, this just looks really tough for both relationships that end up staying on the show. Speaking of which, Mimi and Ulysses this episode, I thought that she had made a decision about her father's health, but apparently she hadn't. So at the beginning of this episode, we see her have a conversation with her sister and the doctor. Once again, he's impressing upon them that they need to consider a do not resuscitate because they don't want to put her dad through any more pain or trauma to his body, you know, trying to keep him alive. He's already had a stroke, cardiac arrest, and his kidneys have shut down. And she wants to keep resuscitating him, and it's just not good for him anymore. Now he's alive just so you feel like he's still alive, but he's not here. So she has to have this conversation with her sister, and her sister says, you're not here. And I know you saw him on FaceTime, but he's so small and he's so frail. And at this point, I think we really need to think about this. So she goes to have a conversation with Ulysses, and he's very close with her father. He says that's his best friend, and he has to walk away and collect himself because this is just as hurtful for him as it is for her. And she needs support in that moment, but he needs to get himself together first so that he could be that for her. You know what I'm saying? It was just really hard to watch because I know what this is like because I've been through it before. You know, we had to take my dad off of life support, and we just had an understanding that he did not want to be a vegetable. He did not want to be left on life support. If it was time and, you know, if he wasn't on it, he was going to be gone, then take him off of it. He always felt like that. So that is what we did. And it didn't take us long to decide to do that. Once we realized he wasn't going to wake up on his own, you know, we just felt like, okay, we're going to take him off of life support. It was my mother's decision, but everybody understood, felt like that was what we were supposed to do. And once we took him off of life support, he waited, I want to say maybe at most an hour before he finally passed all the way, but still kind of like him having the last word. I totally get it, but I feel like you got to let people go. You can't hold on to them or keep them here for you. You have to let them go for them because you have no idea what type of pain they're going through, not being able to talk, move, or say anything, but still feeling all the pain of somebody breaking their ribs to resuscitate them. Or the pain is going to feel like on their chest when they're already, you know, not recovering, but coming back from cardiac arrest and kidney failure. Like, that's just a lot. And I feel like at this point, she just needs to let it go. But they also talk to Dr. Nicole and decide that they won't continue on in the process, which they shouldn't. You know, like, you can't think about things like relationships and whether y'all should be together when y'all need to hold on to each other after something so traumatic. You know what I'm saying? She's going to need his support and vice versa. And that means they don't need to think about the end of their relationship. That means that they need to be thinking about holding it together for each other right now, because they can't handle another loss on top of the daddy passing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they decided to do. And that's what was for the best. So Che and Michael, we talked with Che and Michael about the breakdown of their relationship and why it seems as if Michael is just not really into Che. Even though they say they love each other, they want to be together, he says that he doesn't think marriage is necessary. He doesn't think that it's something that they need to do right now. And I think it's because he's talking from a hurt place. You know what I'm saying? Not from a place of, you know, reality, but a place of, you hurt me and now I'm going to say things to bother you because you hurt me. You know what I'm saying? So the doctor actually had like a private conversation with the two of them. And Michael talks about how when he and Che first started talking, she ghosted him because she still had feelings for her ex-boyfriend. Okay, they get back together, she ghosts him again. So now that they're trying this for the third time, he has put it in his mind and in his heart that she cannot be counted on to stick around and that she will just ghost you at any moment's notice. So he's not really getting that emotionally invested in the relationship because of that. She's created this environment and she's actually quite dismissive of how he feels. Like, you know, you need to just hurry up and get over this shit. Like, okay. And to an extent, I understand what she means. Like, why get back in a relationship with me? Why try to be with me if you really don't want to go there with me because you don't feel emotionally safe? Why do that? You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't make sense to me. If you're not feeling her like that, why be in a relationship with her? I don't understand Michael when it comes to that. But I do agree that she needs to have more compassion for how he's feeling, because it's your fault that he playing you like a soybean burger bitch. Just saying. You played him like that first. He goes on a date with a little cute, mild-tempered young lady named Riley. I think that was her name. And they have a cute little conversation. She says that she wants to find the right person to get married to. So she's not rushing to get married if the person isn't, you know, there. I'm not going to just get married to any old body because my biological clock is ticking. I'm going to wait for the right person to come along. And he also feels like he doesn't want to rush into that situation. But there was no spark. Not exactly. And I'm just like, is there a spark with Che though? Che was at home losing her damn mind. Okay. A nervous wreck while he was out there on a date with that young girl. So all the couples meet up. Hollywood and Ashley talk about their situation first, and he says he went on his date and it was, you know, it was good. You know what I mean? He hot and ready like Little Caesars. The girl was on one, he was on one. It really could have went down. He was really trying to make it seem as if he was playing it cool and he was trying to be good for Ashley when really he could have took it there. Ashley feels like she and Hollywood aren't on the same page. And when he turns around and says that he does think they are on the same page, it proves that they are not, okay? She says she really wasn't too worried about him going on this date. And that means that there is an issue. You know, that means that, you know, a spark may be gone in their relationship. And Dr. Nicole makes her understand that there are a lot of reasons to kind of fall out of love with the person that you're in a relationship with. Just because that happens, for whatever reason it might happen, does not mean that it can't be fixed. It does not mean that the whole bond or the whole connection is broken. It just means that you need to work on it. You know what I'm saying? And that, I guess, leaves them open to be a little bit more receptive and not so eager to throw the relationship away just because it's hard. Because I think a lot of us feel like if I feel a certain way, if I'm having trouble in a relationship, that must mean we're not meant to be together because I'm feeling this way. You know what I mean? But a lot of the time, it's just how things happen in relationships and what make marriages the real deal is the fact that you can't just run away when those issues arise. You have to try to fight for these things, okay? Because nobody wants to get a divorce. Like, I'm just saying, nobody wants to get a divorce. Michael expresses how Riley was really cool. She was beautiful. She had a nice smile. She had good energy. And he feels like if they were in a relationship together, that they would be able to get over any issues they may have relatively easy. Versus, I'm guessing how he feels about Che. And Che was like, you're really putting on a lot. You know, you're really doing a lot right now. And she was bothered by the conversation he was having about this young lady. Like, you deeply thought about it. You really thinking about being in a relationship with her. And he tries to play it off, which makes me think he says things like that to jar her, to make her feel some type of way. And it makes him seem more immature. It really does. So I don't know what he really feels, because I feel like he's not being authentic about how he feels. Child, when Che took his hand off her knee, I'm like, oh, she mad nah. She upset. He gonna hear about this later. She says, I wish him well in his endeavors. I wish him well going forward if that's what he wants to do. Okay, she felt some type of way. Dr. Nicole asked if Hollywood will go on another date with Valencia. And he says no, because her ass wasn't big enough. She asked Michael if he will go on another date with Riley. And he says no, because, you know, they said that you should only decide to go on a second date if you really feel a spark, and there was no spark. That made Che feel better. In this moment, after Dr. Nicole checks her, she does acknowledge that she needs to get better about validating his feelings and caring about how he feels, and understanding that she, you know, put him in this situation to not trust her and not to feel safe with her. Then we move on to Ashley and Hollywood. And she says for her, when Hollywood called off the wedding, it's just been really hard for her to get past that. And he starts acting like a child, like I told y'all, saying that if you want to end it, we could end it then. But that's not really how he feels. And Dr. Nicole holds him to task for blowing up and not being able to receive what she's saying, and not being able to support her and her honesty the way she supported him in the past with his honesty. But Ashley is also making little comments, you know. So the doctor checks her and tells her she has to stop punishing him for every little thing. Y'all get into an argument about something unrelated and you bring up some old shit. Stop doing that. If you really want to move past this, you also have to be willing. It's not just about him making an effort. It's about you making an effort as well. Okay, so they both have to try if they want to make this work. My husband said he don't see it working. Me, I think they're gonna work out. I think they're gonna work out, but we're gonna see. Either way, we're getting a new couple. A part of that new couple is the girl from Between Women. Okay, I'm always forgetting her name for some reason, but I don't know if y'all watch Between Women TV, but she was Winnie's old girlfriend on there. Okay, so I can't wait to see how her and her boyfriend do on this show. Okay, child, this should be interesting. She looked like she gonna cry when he go on his date. I was just like, oh, don't cry, actresses. So emotional. Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed. Put a ring on it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.